Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about our book recommendations that we will be doing once a trimester. So our first one is due on Monday, so I'm going to go through what the expectations are. Our book recommendation is going to be put on the blog, so to get to your blog, you're going to go to the 5/6 website. You'll click on the blog tab, and then you can scroll down to your blog. All the blogs should be listed at this point, so here's all the blogs for our classrooms. I'm going to go ahead and click on my blog. I actually already posted, but I'm going to show you how you can post again. So if you are not signed in, like I am not signed in right now, once you get to your blog, there's a button in the corner that says sign in. Go ahead and press it. Oh, maybe I am signed in. I'm going to sign myself out so I can show you how to do it. So when you say sign in, you should get to a page that looks like this. That same username that we've been using in class, it should be well, whatever yours is, it should be a number at jeffcoschools.us, and then put in your password. Hit sign in. It will take you to your dashboard. Now you probably only have one blog. I actually have 5, but you need to find your blog if you do have more than one. And then you can do a couple things. You can click on that specific blog, or you can just press this orange button with the pencil, and that is a create a new post. So I'm going to press that, and then it takes me to the place where I'm going to post my blog. So in your post title it book recommendation. All right, and then you can type your draft in here. I'm going to tell you specifically what we would like you to type in the post in a moment. And if you're not done, you can always hit save. Okay. Obviously, before you publish, you're going to want to go through the non-negotiables and make sure that your spelling is right, that you've got capitals and punctuation. We're also expecting that you are planning on the back of your yellow homework sheet, and we're going to be collecting those plans, and those should be done obviously before you actually do the writing here. So let me go back and I'm going to talk to you about the expectations for the book recommendation. So I'm going to go back to the 5/6 homepage, and I'm going to go to, I believe we put it under homework. Okay, so it's under homework. I think you might also be able to find it under reading. But if you go down, here's the book recommendation rubric. Now I've changed the settings so that anybody with this link can view. You should be able to click if you want to see the whole thing all at once. You can scroll. Oh, maybe that button's not there. Never mind. You might be, I can't find it. Alright, well, there might be a button where you can click on that says that you can open the book recommendation. It will come up in a separate window. But it's also here for you to see. So the expectations to get a 3 and a 4 I'll go over right now. I'm not going to go over 1 and 2 because we're expecting everybody to get a 3, but all the information is here. So we will use this to grade your blog. So your first grade will be for applies comprehension strategies. That means you're going to use accurate information from the text to persuade your audience to read your book. So you're going to give specific examples from your book as you are trying to persuade your audience to read your book. You're going to, when you get your uses the writing process effectively grade, you're getting a grade for an organized paragraph with a beginning, middle, and end. Your writing has to include the title, author, and genre of the text. Your ideas have to be fully developed with examples from the text. Your writing should not give too much away about the book to the reader, so you shouldn't be giving away the ending or any really important information. You want the reader to be able to experience that themselves. And your recommendation should persuade the audience to read the book. And finally, for conventions and presentation, you should have very few errors that don't distract the reader. At the top of your page, you should have the title, author, and genre of the book as your heading. Okay. And your book recommendation's name should be your name as the book recommender should be included in the subheading. And finally, there should be a picture of your book, and that can be found on Google Images. And I can do another screencast to show you how to do that. Now, to get a 4, you need to do all the same things, and then in addition, you should be using information from the text in a creative or unique way to persuade the audience to read your book. And you should have a strong sense of persuasive voice in your writing. So that's what you need to get a 3 or a 4. Finally, I'm going to show you an example of a blog, okay, that is done and complete and meets our expectations. Okay, so if you click on my blog, Mrs. Higley has one up as well as Mrs. Yelton's. I'm just going to use mine as the example. So when you get to my blog, my title for my post is book recommendation. And then I have the title of the book, Shipwreck at the Bottom of the World, with the author. And then I have the genre. And it says who it's recommended by. So that's me. It has my name. And then it has a picture of the book. So I've done all those things. We go back. And you can check your things off as you go as well. But I've done everything on that checklist for the book recommendation that was found here. So title, author, genre, and heading, the book recommender's name, okay, and a picture of the book. So I've done all that. So I could check myself off for a 3 for conventions, or excuse me, for presentation. All right, let me go back to my blog. So then you can read it. I'm not going to read this whole thing out loud to you, but basically I've made sure that I have important information from the text that is supporting my paragraph. So I'm trying to convince people to read my book with specific examples from the text, and I'm trying to do it with a little bit of style, so there's a strong voice in there that makes people hopefully want to read my book. I have a beginning, I have an end, I have a middle, I have good supporting details, and this would get me a 3 and possibly a 4 because I have a strong voice and I kind of present this in a little bit of a creative way. Okay, so you can look at Mrs. Higley's blog as well as Mrs. Yelton's for more examples. I'd encourage you to read over them so you know what is expected of you. Definitely use your rubric so that you can follow your rubric as you write yours, and make sure you can check off everything that you've done so you know before you turn it in that you're getting a 3 or a 4. Okay? If you have further questions, you can ask us in class or you can email us, and I'm sure we'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, thank you.